Hey everybody, Yankee here. Today's the day I'm going to make one of those videos where I lose a lot of subs, make a lot of people angry, and a lot of people say, why didn't he just keep his mouth shut? Because this video did not do him any good. It just made people leave his channel. Well, if you watch my channel, you know keeping my mouth shut when I should is not the strong point. If something needs saying, I believe I'd rather say it and be unpopular than not say it and be more popular. And right now, there's something definitely needs to be said. Right now, the Trump administration, through their budget actions, is drastically escalating the chance of gun violence on a massive scale in this country. They're increasing the chances of major domestic issues. They're increasing the chances of things like mass shootings, school shootings, etc. Because with every one of these events, what's the one thing you can always look back and see? That the person that perpetrates the event did not receive adequate mental health care. Mental health services saw signs but didn't step in because lack of funding, lack of manpower. Everything could have been prevented if we had had a stronger mental health system in this country. We do that, we see that all the time. We go back, we analyze these things, and that's the conclusion. And people say, one of the keys to stopping gun violence in this country isn't anti-gun laws, it's better mental health care, especially for young people and veterans. But the Trump administration is slashing mental health care, the budget for it. It's not going up like it should be. It's going down. It's drastically underfunded already, but it's going down. Now, this is where the people that love Trump and can't, challenge him on anything are going to unsub from my channel. And with that, I'm fine. Because you're not Americans. You're not patriots. If you can't challenge Trump when he does something wrong, if you can't encourage him to do the right thing when he's not, well, then you're not American. You're not a patriot. You're in a cult. As far as I'm concerned, you're not worth much. Because anyone that will not challenge their leaders is not a patriot. Being a patriot means supporting your country always and supporting your leaders when they deserve it, as Mark Twain said. And you people don't fit that category. So I don't care if you watch my channel or not. But right now, we need to be letting Trump and his administration know that better mental health care is what we need in this country, not less of it. And it's really hitting red states hard. North Dakota just had most of their mental health budget reduced, just slashed completely. So this needs to stop. Don't be a hypocrite. Every time something bad happens, don't go, we don't need gun laws, we need mental health care. And then as soon as they start slashing mental health care, go, because I don't want to say nothing bad about Trump or his administration. If you're like that, well, then you're not a very useful person. You're definitely not a patriot. Because we know the problem, we know the solution. We should be demanding the solution. And plus, it helps with gun rights, because if we actually start reducing these things through proper means, well, then we don't have to fight these gun laws all the time, because there's no need for them. There's no need for them now. They don't do any good, but people can be convinced that they do something when there's bad things happening. So I know they're wanting to reduce the budget. That's fine. I got no problem with that. But if Elon Musk wants to reduce the budget, instead of cutting, $50, $60 million from mental health care, how about he give back the $40 billion in taxpayer money he's taken? How about he cancel the $20, $30 billion in contracts he's writing up now with the Saudi Arabia, etc., that he's going to be benefiting from taxpayer money? Cancel those, and we funded mental health care and increased it throughout the country. If you funnel those funds towards that, we need better mental health care, especially for young people and for veterans, and cutting it is not a good thing. Like I said, start cutting corporate welfare. Elon Musk is one of the biggest recipients of that. Start cutting that. Stop cutting the things that would actually help us as citizens in this country. It would make us safer in the streets, safer in movie theaters, safer in malls, safer in schools. And I'm someone who's lost a friend to a mass shooting in the mall in Clackamas. So I speak from experience. People shouldn't have to worry about things like that. And in reality, they don't have to worry much because it's very rare. But every time it happens, we get attacked. It's the guns that are the problem. It's not the guns that are the problem. It's the mental health care system that's often the culprit here. It's the system that should have stopped the problem but doesn't. And it doesn't because it's underfunded. It doesn't need to have its funding cut. It needs to have it increased. Now, if you want to defend Trump and say, well, he doesn't really know what they're doing. He's got his plate is full with other things. He's not worried about budget issues right now. Well, let him know. Start saying, hey, Trump, this is how we feel about mental health. The people on the right don't hate mental health. Every time we have a bad thing, we scream more mental health care, stronger systems. So don't be a hypocrite. Just because he's not supporting it, don't twiddle your thumbs and look the other way. Say, hey, Trump, we need this health care. We need mental health care, especially for veterans. And if you don't do that, well, then guess who he's hearing from? He's hearing from all his billionaire buddies that are around him in his cabinet who don't care about that shit. They're isolated from that risk, and now they see it as something that they have to pay taxes to support, even though we pay most of the taxes in the middle class. So that's why you have to speak up, because if he doesn't hear you, he's just hearing them. And reducing mental health care in this country, cutting its budget, that greatly increases the chance of these bad things happening. And I'm tired of these things happening. I don't want to have to defend guns and gun rights every time this happens. And one of the best ways to prevent that is to have better mental health care, like I said, especially for young people and veterans. So start standing up for that. If you're someone that can't stand up to Trump, period, well, then step out of the way and stop yelling at people who do. Because the people who do stand up when he's doing wrong and try to get him to do right, they're the true patriots. You're not a patriot. You're a sycophant. You're a follower. You're not worth much. So like I said, I don't care if you leave my channel. But what I would wish you would do is just shut up and let the people who want Trump to hear what they actually want and do the right thing. Let them be heard. Stand aside, shut your mouth, and let the patriots do what needs done.